morning students. Now, so this is the second class of our quantitative aptitude. I told you already the significance of quantitative aptitude and how this is going to play a very important role in deciding various aspects. So, to get the perfection in quantitative aptitude, we need to have a clear idea about two topics. One is percentages and ratio proportion. Of course, both mean the same in fact, but if we have a clear idea about these two topics, as we are said to be so confident, we can say, I can say that you can get more confidence in handling this topic. So, that is the very first topic is percentages, and I want to come back again and what we discuss in the topic. Percentages. The very significance of percentage, what we yesterday discussed is percentage. So, that means anything that is compared with 100 is said to be percentage. Anything that is compared with 100 is said to be percentage. So, the significance of percentage is, this is something we take a comparison, because there is said to be some common term to compare, that is what we call is comparison. Students, I just want to be very fair enough to you. So, when it comes to compare 2 to 3 people, let me suppose that A and B, there are 2 people. He got 80 marks in an examination, and let me suppose that, and B got 120 marks in an examination. Can you tell me who gets the more marks, whether it is A or B? I never mean to say that they took the same exam. Maybe they have taken some 2 different examinations. So, can we compare whether A get the more marks or B get the more marks? How can we compare these two, A and B? It's not that easy, Because the thing is, as I said that they are not taking the same exam, and we don't know what are the marks that are actually given for each exam. Unless we have that idea, we can't come to a conclusion. What do you think? Let me suppose that the examination where A is taking is of 200 marks, and the examination where B is taking is of 400 marks. Now, can you tell me who is getting more marks, whether it is A or B? There is a comparison, there is a confusion, because they are not taking the same exam, and in each examination the maximum marks are different. When that is the case, there should be some common term which is which help us to compare these 2 people. Then only we can say whether A get the more or B get the more. That is the reason why for 200, if A gets 80, then for every 100 how much A is getting? And come to B. For 400, if B gets 120, then for how many marks he is getting for every 100? Have you seen in both the cases we have taken one thing in common, that is a single platform, that number is 100. What do you think? The number is obviously 100. Probably basing on that, we come to a conclusion that whether A get the more or B get the more, there must be some common term to compare. So, the comparison is, if it is in 100, we call it as percentage. So, percentage is such a topic that help us to understand what is actually happening between 2 to 3 people. If there is some common term to compare, then we can have an idea. You see, my dear students, if you think about the corona cases, whether US is having more number of cases or India is having more number of cases. Of course, US is having more number of cases, India is having less number of cases. But US population is only 35 crore, whereas Indian population is 130 crore. If we have even that particular terms in mind, probably our understanding about the cases is totally different. What do you think? I hope I could able to explain you in the right direction. Because when the things are totally different, it is very difficult to compare. There must be some common platform. The common platform is, here in this case, it is 100. That is the reason why if I say that 10%, I mean to say that it is 10 by 100, that is for every 100 you are getting 10 rupees. In fraction that becomes 1 by 10. The percentage which you call 10% when it comes to fraction, that is equivalent to 1 by 10. We are using percentage in the very recent past. I told you already, probably for the last 100 and 200 years only we used to have this percentage calculation. Earlier we used to tell everything in fraction. Therefore, if it is 1 by 10, if you want to convert the same into percentage, that becomes 10%. Now tell me students, how to convert a percentage into fraction? X percent can be converted into a fraction by dividing by 100. And any fraction can be converted into a percentage by multiplying by 100. So a percentage can be converted into a fraction can be converted into a percentage. Therefore, every percentage is equivalent to a particular fraction. Let me tell you the standard fractions, because so this is something that we usually come across in everyday mathematics. Therefore, it is better to memorize this, and let me tell you, that is 100% is 1 unit, 50% is, come on student, 1 by 2, 25% is 1 by 4. Could you see that? Fraction becomes half, and 12.5% is 1 by 8. 6 1 by 4% is 1 by 16. Every time we are taking half of the fraction, 100, 50, 25, each fraction is something half. And by the way, 66 2 by 3% is 2 by 3. No need to memorize, my dear students. If you forget about that, still we can get it. But only thing is, if you memorize, it is easy to get the calculations, right? And half of that is 33 1 by 3%, that is 1 by 3. Half of that is 16 2 by 3%, that is 1 by 6. I hope you understand. And 8 1 by 3% is 1 by 12. Any comments on them, Chudama? As well as 14 2 by 7% is 1 by 7. 11 1 by 9% is 1 by 9. 9 1 by 11% is 1 by 11. So come on student, now what I am actually trying to explain you is any percentage can be converted into a fraction can be converted into a percentage, and these are the standard percentages we usually come across in our routine calculations. But I am just again telling you, there is no need to memorize. If you really forget it, you can also get it. Come on, tell me which fraction you want me to explain. Shall we discuss this one? Just look at that. 3 into 33, 99. 99 plus 1 is 100. 100 by 300, 1 by 3. You say why 300? Percentage. If you want to remove percentage, 3 becomes 300. Isn't it? I hope you understand this. But anyway, if you memorize these numbers, obviously it is easy to handle the question. And students, so today we are going to start this session with beautiful way of calculations, because calculations makes a lot of sense in this particular session. Shall we start? Come on. Then I will be giving you some session, students. So just try to calculate. 10% of 1400. Come on student. 14 2 by 7% of 1400. 25% of 1400. Come on student. 11% of 1400. 21% of 1400. I am giving you some 45 seconds of time, students. Just try to get it, try to get it. If you don't get it, then I will be helping you. Yes, students, just look at that. How to get the values? You know that 10% is actually 10. Yeah. Very good, very good. So 10% of 1400 is 140. Next question, Chudama, which are answer? Come on, students, so you are wasting a lot of time. By this time, you are thinking you must have been so confident of doing this. Because 14 2 by 7% is 1 by 7 and 1400 by 7 that is 200. Yeah. So because 14 2 by 7% is 1 by 7, you know that very well. And 25% is 1 by 4 and 1400 by 4 is 350. So, what actual happens, you know, if you remember some of the standard percentages, you can easily get it. That is not a very big issue, okay. And now 11%, if you want to get the 11%, you have to get something like this, 11 by, 11 by 100 into 1400, that is 154. And 21%, so 21 by 100 into 1400. So, by the way, your answer must be 294. I hope you understand this. So, if the fractions are convenient, we can straight away take the fraction because 14 2 by 7% is straight away 1 by 7. Maybe sometimes it may take some time to get the values, but in many of the times obviously getting calculation is not very big issue. But students, 11% of any number can be found in much convenient way. Now let me tell you how to get the calculations in the right way. Let me tell you how to get the calculations in the right way. As far as percentage is concerned, students, percentage is obviously what actually happens, you know. If you go to a shop, they offer you goods at a discount. There you require to know the calculation, percentage you require. If he says that I am offering 10% discount, you should immediately understand how much is 10%. And if you go to a bank, they offer some rate of interest. They say that we are offering 10% rate of interest. You should be able to immediately get what is the 10% of the number. So, percentage is nothing but a routine, what I can tell you, calculation part we usually come across in our day-to-day life. So, let us very strong in calculation part. Once we are strong in calculation part, we can make very easy. Come on student, let me tell you. Now, just look at that. So, as far as 10% is concerned, we can get the 10%. 10% is nothing but 1 by 10 of the number. Tell me students, what is 10% of 18,000? Come on man, 10% of 18,000 is 1800. 10% is nothing but 1/10, 10th part, that is 1 decimal from this way. I think you understand this. Come on student, what is 10% of 1700? 10% is nothing but 1 by 10 and 10% of 1700 is 170. Isn't it? 10% means 1 by 10 man. 1 by 10 means, how to get 1 by 10? 10% of 1700 is nothing but 1 by 10. So, obviously, you cancel 0, 0, therefore, your answer is 17, 170, isn't it? Come on. What is the 10% of 490? 10% of any number can be found by just putting a decimal. What is 10% of 87? 8.7. 10% of any number can be found like this. Is it okay or not? Tell me, students. If you are comfortable in 10%, then I will go to the next model. Are you comfortable, man? Shall I give you some exercise? Are you ready to do this? Come on, come on, come on, respond, man. Come on, respond. Is it okay for you? Shall we discuss some of the interesting questions? Right. So when you are comfortable in calculating 10%, and if at all, if I ask you to find how much is 15% of 40 to 100, then how do you do it? How do you do it? There are two ways. One way is probably this method where you might have done in your school level. This is something you are very familiar in your school level. This is one method of getting 15% of number. And the same question can be obtained in different direction. 15% of 40 to 100. Tell me how much is 10%? 420. 10% of 40 to 100 is 420. And if you are comfortable in 10%, you can get 5%, you know. What do you say? So when you are comfortable in 10%, you can get 5%. If you are comfortable in 10%, what is 5%? Half of the number. So 10% and then 5%. That makes 15%. This is much convenient way of getting calculations. This is very important part of percentage. I hope you understand, my dear students. Come on. And I think that it is the time to start the session. Are you ready? Come on, students. Shall we start? Come on. Right. Model number one. Find 15% of the following values. Find 15% of the following values. Come on, student. 7,400, 480, 3,200. Come on, student. Come on. Get the 15% of the given values. I'm waiting for your option. I'm waiting for your answer. 15% of the following values. I hope you understand, students. Are you getting the answers? I think yes, you must be. I'm just waiting for your answer. Unless you tell me the answer, I'm not ready to move ahead. If you don't interact, obviously I cannot make you perfect in aptitude. This is a matter of skill. Okay, right, my students. So 10% of 7,400 is 740. When you are comfortable in finding 10%, I believe that there is no mistake in getting 5%. How much is 5%? 370. Therefore, your answer is 1110. 740 is 10% and 5% is 370 because half of the number is obviously 5%. I think you understand. Come on, student. How much is 10%? 10% is 48. When you are confident of 10%, you can get 5%, that is 24. Are you getting it right? I think you must be getting it right. You are able to find 10%. So obviously half of the number is 5%. That's not a very big issue. Come on. 10% of 30 to 100 is 320 and hence 5% is 160. Therefore, that is 480. Competitive examination is all about running. Anybody can run, but the winner is obviously done who clock in the right time. So what is all important is not just running, but also have a look at the clock. Having that particular perception in mind, only we do aptitude. Aptitude is not that easy, my dear students. Had it been that easy, why would we say CAT and bank POs are one of the most toughest examinations in the world? Basic information, if you are not strong enough, obviously it is very difficult for you to go ahead. Comfortable, students? Shall we discuss some more questions? Maybe this time you get even more clarity. Come on man, come on. Now just look at that. What we are doing? We are calculating 15%. Some more questions, you get more clarity. Come on. In 1200, come on student, in 42, in 180. Come on, I am asking you to find 15% of the values. 15%. Come on students, come on man, come on. Get the 10%, then you just make it half. There it comes, you will get it. Okay, come on. 10% is 120, 5% is 60, therefore your answer is 180. 10% is 4.2, 5% is 2.1, therefore 6.3. When you are comfortable in 10%, you can get 5%. 10% and 5%, there max. That makes all. That's it. That is nothing more than that. So what is important here? It is only calculation. Come on. 10% is 18, 5% is 9. That makes 27. Students, are you getting it right, man? So are you comfortable in getting 10%? Hope you understand. Shall we move on to the next model? So now you are comfortable in getting the calculation now. So what is all important in today's discussion is we are trying to get the perfection in calculation. Shall I move on to the next model? Come on man, come on. So let me give you some more perspective. Now this time we are getting this one. If I ask you to find how much is 21% of 1100, there are two different ways. The simple and the school level, probably you might have done this question something like this. Am I right, my dear students? This is what you might have done it, no? So 0, 0 get cancelled, 21 into 11 is your answer. That was how you did it. But I can tell you that 21% of 1100 can also be handled something like this. How, man? Come on. What is 10%? What is 10%? What is the 10%? 1100. 10% is 1100. Therefore, 20% is 220. Then what you have to add? 1%. What is 1%? 11. Probably I must tell you one more idea, probably maybe this time you get more clarity. First of all, let me tell you students, how to get 1% of any number. 1% is nothing but 1 by 100. 1% is nothing but 1 by 100, no? Come on. If I ask you to calculate what is 1% of 1400, your answer should have been 14. Because 1% means adjusting to decimals. In 320, if I ask you to get 1%, your answer is 3.2. I hope you understand what I am telling you. And in 147, if I ask you to get 1%, your answer should have been 1.47. What, man? 1% means 2 decimals. Get it? Come on, tell me. What is 1% of 18,000? What is 1% of 1900? What is 1% of 421? Come on, do it. Do it, man. Let me check it out. How many of you are able to respond quickly? Yeah. Yes, some of you are doing very well. But I wish that everybody should be able to handle with perfection. Come on. What is 1% of 1800? 18,180. 18% of 1900 is sorry, 1%. 1% of 421 is 4.21. Comfortable? Now you are able to get what is 1%. Are you? I hope you are comfortable, man. Then we discuss one more question, one more model. Maybe this time we get even more clarity. Come on, come on, come on. Just write down. If I ask you to find how much is 11% of, if I ask you to find how much is 11% of 2800, I choose this simple technique, 10%, 1%. What do you think? There you get 11%. Because 10% is 280 and 1% is 28. What, man? In 2800, 10% is 280. In 2800, 1% is 28. This is a good habit. This is a very important habit in competitive examination, because we need to answer the questions at a quick pace. Now, if you think that, sir, why should we do it like this? Why can't we do something like this? Yes, you can go ahead. Who said no? You can still do it like 308, you can also get it right. But this will kill your time, because in competitive examinations, time is so precious, because we will be having a very little time to answer many questions. That is the reason I advise you not to indulge any such practice. I advise you to skip this kind of things. So try to answer the question at a quicker pace. So calculation is all important. Okay, student? Now, as I am giving you some exercise, maybe this time you get more clarity. Come on, man, come on. Just look at that. Model number 2. Find 11% of the following values. Find 11% of the following values. Find 11% of the following values. 1600, you have to find 11% of 1600, 5400, come on student, 130. Go ahead. Come on student, come on, yes, get it right, get it right. Just I want to see your answers. Come on students, I'm just looking at the response, your response, then all I'm going at. It must be an interactive session, not just I'm teaching and you're listening. It's not like, come on, come on. What is 11% of 1600? 10% 160, 1% 16, 176. What, man? Is it not 10%? Yeah. And is it not 1%? This is 10%, this is 1%. Come on. 10% is 540, 1% is 54. There you get 594. Ten percent is 13, 1% is 1.3. Your answer is 14.3. I hope you understand. Because 10% is, this one is 10%, man, and this one is 1%. Okay, never mind. At least now you are able to come to a clear conclusion how to get the calculation. You are comfortable now, and we conclude this calculation part after this particular exercise, and after this we will be moving to the topic, okay? Because calculation, I am just trying to explain you the different ways of calculation. This is a very useful one. Ready? Come on student. Now answer this exercise. You please answer this one. Come on, write down. Find the following values. Find the following values. Come on student, here it is. 16 2 by 3% of 3600. Come on man, come on man. 12.5% of 3600. Getting it right? Okay. Now question number 3. 11% of 3600. Come on, come on, come on, come on man, come on, yes. Getting it right? I hope yes, you must be getting it. Come on, how you are getting it? Because 16 2 by 3% is 1 by 6 now. So probably to get this number, it is not a very big issue. We can quickly get it. Therefore, answer is 600, right? The advantage of calculation is we can be ahead if we are doing the calculations at a great pace. So more number of calculations and more the confidence we are getting by doing the calculation, that will help us to be ahead by many people. Because in competition we need to be ahead. It is not just doing, but doing quickly. I think you understand that. Come on student, 12.5% is 1 by 8. You remember that? You remember that man? Therefore, that is 450. Check it out how quickly we are ahead of the people. When you are confident in calculation, how quickly we are ahead, that is important in aptitude. Oh, 11%. 11% is not equivalent to any standard fraction. Then still we have a way out. What is that? What is 10%? 360. And what is 1%? 36. Now that comes around 396. Ready students? That comes around 396. Students, now today our calculation part we are able to conclude. Sorry, comment should have. So with this, I am just giving a break for calculation. I want to go ahead, and I am going to go ahead only after your approval. Tell me any confusion in calculation. I am waiting for your reply. Any questions? So far so good. Are you comfortable in getting the calculations? If you not, I have to explain you some more questions. Students, I am waiting for your question. Yes or no? Tell me. If you are comfortable, you please say yes. If not, ask me any question you have. Is everything right so far? Shall I go ahead? With your permission, I have to go ahead. Tell me yes or no. If it is comfortable, you please say yes from your side. Then I will be going ahead with more confidence. So come on student, now we are moving on to the next model. Come on just. So please put the subheading. Please put the subheading percentage change. Please put the subheading percentage change. So there are two important components in percentage change. You please write down. Number 1, percentage increase. Percentage increase. And then we have another concept, percentage decrease. So there are two important components, that is percentage increase and percentage decrease. Let me explain you what is percentage increase. If there is any number and if it increases by a, we call it as increase. And if you are asked me to calculate what is percentage increase, If you ask me to calculate the percentage increase, then what I do, you know? How much actually the value gets increases? A. Isn't it? It was actually x, it becomes x plus a. How much it increases? A. If you ask me to calculate the percentage increase, then I use this formula. A by x into 100. What was the original value? X. How much it becomes? It becomes x plus a. How much it increases? It increases a. Therefore, percentage increase is something like this. Now, come to percentage decrease. If y becomes y minus b, percentage decrease can be found by like this. Percentage decrease is equal to b by y into 100. B means decrease, y means the number we are comparing with, and hence percentage decrease is given by the formula b by y into 100. That is percentage decrease. Should I explain you in detail? Come on student, let me explain you this in detail. Just listen to me. If 200 becomes 240, come on student, then what do you say? The value increases by 40, isn't it? You say that value increases by 40 because 200 becomes 240. If you ask me to answer in percentage, my question is something like this. This is called percentage increase. Tell me students, what is percentage increase? Increase by original value into 100. Here the value increases by 40. 40 by 200 into 100. I hope you understand this. If 600 becomes 570, can you tell me how much the value decreases? Value decreases by 30. If you ask me to tell you in percentage, then yes, I will be telling you like this. Students, is this okay for you? Come on, man. Are you comfortable? Shall we go ahead? Yes or no, you tell me. If it is okay, then just message yes. If there is any confusion, tell me what is the confusion you must be having. Now, please take the exercise. After this, we will be going on to the. Come on, yes. Find the percentage change. Find the percentage change. నేను చూసుకుంటాను మీకు అక్కర్లేదు. Find the percentage change in the following questions. In the following questions. I'm asking you to tell me the percentage change. It can be either percentage increase or percentage decrease. It can be of anything. Ready? Now just look at that. Question number 1. 1200 becomes 1500. You must tell me what is the percentage change. Come on. 1200 becomes 1320. You must tell me how much the value changes. 400 becomes 200 and let me suppose that 240. Students, yep, I am just looking at your options. I am very interested to see how you are responding because your response is all important. Yes, students, come on, respond, man. I need to know how you are able to handle. Come on, student. 1200 becomes 1500. Obviously increases, isn't it? Value increases by 300. 300 is increase. If you ask me to get the percentage increase, 300 by 1200 into 100. 300 cancels for 4 times. Therefore, your answer is 25%. What is this? Percentage increase. Arrow indicates the value increases. Come on. 1200 becomes 1320. Tell me, students, how much the value increases? 120. If you ask me to get the percentage increase, 120 by 1200 into 100. Everything get cancelled. Your answer is 10%. What is this? Increase. Come on, come on. 400 becomes 240. Value decreases by 160. If you ask me to get the percentage, therefore the value is something like this. Therefore, this is 40%. What is this? Decreases. What, man? Comfortable? I think you are getting it right. You understand how to handle this question. Shall I move on to the next topic? Shall I move to the actual quantitative aptitude? This is all the basics of percentages. Now, with your permission, I will be moving on to the actual topic. Shall we? Come on. Come on, student. Now, come on, students. Now, welcome to actual quantitative aptitude. Now, we are moving into actual quantitative aptitude. So far, for the last one day, probably for the last 2 hours, we are discussing only the basics of quants. Right, students? So, now we are able to start quantitative aptitude, the topic, because so far, we are actually trying to get the calculation part right. Now, let us see the logic in the question. Just look at question number 1. Just look at that. In a village, 60% of the population are men and there are 1600 women. Find the number of villagers. Very simple, my dear students. When you say that 60% of the population are men, can we conclude that 40% are female? Because either there should be men or female, there is no other option. So, this particular 40% of the female is equal to 1600, that is what actually given to you. So, 40% is 1600. Now, let us see how much is the total number of villagers. So, total number of villagers already 100%. Therefore, we are trying to get like this. And hence, your answer must be 4000. Students, are you comfortable, man? Are you comfortable? How did I get that 40%? Are you clear? Because 60% are given men, obviously the remaining 40% should be female. So, 40% is 1600. How much is 100%? That is 4000. If it is okay, then I will go to the next one. Students, tell me, is it okay for you? Now, come on, we discuss one more question. Let us see. What is the next question? Probably this time I should give you some time to get the answer, and then otherwise I will be helping you, because first of all you have to give a try. Come on, look at that. Question number 2. Give a try, man. Are you trying seriously, man? You need to. Come on, students. Any one of you get the answer? Any one of you get the answer 4000? Tell me, what is your answer? 4000, 1800, 1200. What is your answer? Okay, fine. Just look at that. If 45% of the population, if 45% of the total population in a village are given male, so when 45% of the population are given male, can we conclude that the remaining 55% should be female, and those female are 2200 in number? How many female do we have? We have 2200 female. In percentage, female are 55% because 45% are men. Tell me what you are asked to find. Are you asked to find the total number of students in the class? No. Then what you are doing? You are asked to find the number of males. As far as our question is concerned, number of males are 45%. Now you may need to question how much is 45%. This is 40 times, hence your answer must be 1800. Are you getting it right, man? Did any one of you get 4000? Probably, if any one of you has got 4000, probably you might have done this question like this. When 55% is 2200, you must be questioning how much is 100%. Thereby you are getting 4000. But this is not correct. Why not correct? You are not asked to find the total number of students in the class, but you are asked to find male. So you are not asked to get 100%, you are asked to find only 45%. Comfortable, man? Come on, student, for every question I am telling you, try to note down in one particular place, because it is very important, as I told you, that this topic is going to hunt you till you settle in your career. Everywhere this topic is mandatory. I can even tell you that till your retirement, because in your promotional exams also you need to have this topic. So just make a note. Take a pic. When I ask you again, you have to mention the question number, then we will be discussing it again. Because I am not in a hurry, I am not just about to complete my syllabus, I want to make sure you are so comfortable in this topic. Come on, come on. Let us see the next question. Question number 3. Come on, student, let us see what is there in question number 3. In a market survey, you see the significance of quantitative aptitude. In market survey, 20% opted for product A, 20% opted for product A, whereas 60% opted for product B. The remaining individuals were not certain, that means uncertain. There are 3 category of people. How many category of people we have, my dear students? We have 3 category. Tell me. 20% of the people opted for product A, yeah, that is what actually given by examiner. 60% opted for product B, 20-60, that is 80% is all over. The remaining 20% should have been uncertain. What do you say? 20% product A, 60% product B, 80% is all over. Probably we left with the remaining 20%. Those people are uncertain. Tell me, if the difference between those opted for product B and those who were uncertain, difference between B and uncertain, this is 60%, this is 20%, hence the difference is 40%, that 40% is equal to 720. How many individuals were covered in this survey? How many individuals were covered in the survey? That is 100%. So we are about to find how much is 100%. I hope you understand how I am doing this. Your answer must be 1800. Comfortable or not? So A, B and uncertain. Students, now actually we are in big dilemma right in the present situation. People and government even are asking us to boycott Chinese products. So almost 80% of Indian electronic goods are fully dominated by Chinese products. If we have to boycott Chinese products, we don't have any objection, but we have to, the people must make sure, the government or somebody else must make sure that the alternative is available. If it is not available and if we have to boycott, then how can we survive? So this kind of calculations usually happens in day-to-day life. How much Indian market is dominated by Chinese products? If we have to boycott those our products straight away, then they must be replaced by Indian products. Do we have the capacity of replacing? This is all a big business deal. So anyway, this kind of calculation we usually come across in our day-to-day life. You see, 20% opted for product A, 60% opted for product B, 80% is over, 20% is remaining, they opted, they were uncertain. Therefore, difference of 60 and 20 is 40%, 40% is 720, how many individuals covered, that is 100%. Come on student, so let me complete for one time, then after that if you find any difficulty we will come back, no problem. Come on students, one question I will explain you, the second question I will be giving you as an exercise, you have to do this, right. So this is the right proposition, you know, one question let me explain, one question you do it, come on. In an election between two candidates, the one who gets 56% of the votes is elected by a majority of 154 votes. So how many candidates are there? Only two candidates, candidate A and candidate B. Come on student, let me suppose that A has got 56% of the votes. Then obviously B must be getting 44%. What do you think? Because it is given that only two candidates are contested in the election. If somebody has got 56, the other must be getting 44. There is no second thought. Tell me what is the difference between these two people, man? That is 12% that can be taken as majority. Difference of 56 and 44% is 12%. That what we call is majority on the perspective of winner. Therefore, winner won the election by 12%. That 12% is nothing but 144. What is your question? What is the total number of votes? That is 100%. 12% is 1400, 100% is 1200. What man? I hope you the people are able to get it right. Should I give you some exercise? Should I give you some question to you? I give you one question and just I open the question for you and I give you 1 minute of time. You try to handle the question. Then I will be moving to the next model. Come on student. Now this question is meant for your practice. Come on, start. Yeah, come on student. Come on man. Let me check it out how you are able to do this. Read the question properly before you come to a conclusion. What examiner is asking is all important. What you are doing is not. Yeah. Come. Tell me students, any one of you got 900 as your answer? Is 900 is your answer? Okay. In an election, let me suppose that, because unless mentioned, let me suppose that there are only two people contested in the election. The one who got 57%, if A got 57%, we may conclude that B must be getting 43%, and the difference between A and B is 14%. That is what we call majority. So that particular 14% is nothing but 126, because it is given, no? He won the majority. They won the majority of 126 votes. Tell me what you are asked to find. What you are asked to find? What is the total number of votes secured by the defeated candidate? Oh. Therefore, how much is 43%? 43 into 126 by 14. 14 9 times. Therefore, answer 387. Check it out students, what mistake you have committed. What the mistake you might have committed? Probably you might have done this question something like this. If 14% difference is 126, how much is 100%? Probably you might have done like this and you might have got the answer 900. But tell me why this is wrong? because you are not supposed to get 100%. You are not asked to find the total number of candidates, no total number of voters. Examiner is asking you to find the total votes secured by the defeated candidate. Who is the defeated candidate? B is the defeated candidate. 43%, how much? If you are asked to find the number of votes secured by the selected candidate, probably you might have questioned how much is 57%. So, what is all important is not what you are doing, but what examiner is asking you. I hope you are able to get it what I am telling you, my dear students. Shall we move on to the next question? With your permission? Yeah, because your permission and your understanding is all important. The session will be said to be fulfilled if you are able to do it right. Shall we move on to the next question? Come on. Let me go to the next question, and this time we see what question you are asked to find. Right. Look at that. A pharmacy student has to secure 55% marks to pass in an examination. He got 85 but failed by 25. 85 plus 25, if you see, my dear students, probably he required 110 marks to pass the exam. What do you think? Because he got already 85, but he didn't pass the exam, he failed by 25. So 85 plus 25, that is 110. Are they pass marks or total marks? Pass marks. What is the pass percentage? 55%. So when 55% is 110, what is your question? What are the total marks? Total marks are 100%. Therefore, your answer is 200. Come on, man. Are you comfortable? I think so. You have to respond me. If you don't respond me, how can I go ahead? I need to check what is the response. Then only accordingly I can go ahead. This time we have to use it more effectively. Whatever we learn, this particular subject should help us to settle in our career. If not, all our efforts are going to be a big waste. I don't want to see my effort went in vain. I want to see this is very useful. Okay. Shall we move on to the next question? With your permission. So far we could able to complete question number 6. Come on, student, any question? If you want me to explain you again, you please let me know. I am open to you. Options are open to you, my dear students. If you want me to explain any of the question, you let me know. Up to question number 6. If not, I will move on to the next question with your permission. Come on, students, respond, man. Yes or no, whatever you say, because my class should be interactive. It is not just like one man. It's not it's a one-way show. It should be an interactive. Right, students. So, with your permission, I am moving on to the next question. Come on, student, just look at that. Okay, just done. Right, students. Now, question number 7. Just look at that. In question number 7, just look at the question. What you are asked to find. In question number 7, A secured 40% and failed by 5 marks. He got 40%, but he did not pass. Probably pass percentage is more than 40%. What do you think? Isn't it? Because the one who got 40%, if he declared failed, the pass percent is obviously more than 40. It is understandable. Tell me in how many marks he failed? He failed by 5 marks. Who failed by 5 marks? A failed by 5 marks. Am I right? -5. Right. B scored 50% and he obtained 45 marks more than those required for passing. B got plus 45. What do you think? Plus 45 is the marks secured by B. Plus 45 means those are the marks he secured more than necessary for pass. -5. Tell me what is the difference between B and A? 50 marks. Am I right, students? Am I right? A got -5, B got +45. If your college is about 8 o'clock, man, somebody may be early by 5 minutes and somebody may be late by 45 minutes. Early by 5 minutes means 7:55. Late by 45 means 8:45. Difference is 50, no? Isn't it? Tell me, what is 50? This is the difference between the one who got 40% and then who got 50%. A got 40%, B got 50%, difference is 10%. 10% is equal to 50 marks. When 10% is 50 marks, every 1% is 5 marks. Difference between A and B is 10% in percentage, 50 marks in marks. 10% 50 marks, every 1% is 5 marks. I hope you understand, come on man. In this examination, every 5 marks is equal to 1%. Tell me how much percent A already secured? 40%. How many marks he has to get? 5 marks to get to clear the exam. That is 1%. 40 plus 1 pass percentage 41%. He already got 40%, no? He has to get another 5 marks. He has to get another 1% to get the pass. Come on, man. Probably you will be getting more confidence if I explain you one more question of the same model. Isn't it? Come on, man. Come on, student. One more question. Right. Now look at that. Question number 8. It is open to you. Come on, try yourself. Right. I am checking your reply. I have to check your reply, because if I don't know how much you are responding and what is your response, then I obviously cannot go ahead. My continuation of classes solely depends on how you are responding. This is very important. Come on, student. Come on, yes. Mohan secured 51% and got 24 marks more than necessary for pass. Mohan got more than 24 than necessary for pass, while his younger brother fails by 9 marks. His younger brother got -9 plus 24 minus 9. The difference between these two marks is 33. Come on, student. Am I clear to you, man? Mohan percentage is 51%. Younger brother percentage is 40%, that is 11%. 11% is 33 marks. Every 1% is 3 marks. What do you think? The difference in marks is 33. Difference in percentage is 11. When 11% is 33, every 1% is 9 marks. If 1% is 9 marks, then 9 marks is equal to 3%. If every 1% is 3 marks, 3 into 3, 9 marks, 1 into 3, 3%. Tell me, students, tell me about his talented younger brother. What happened? What is wrong with younger brother? He fails. He fails the examination by how many marks? He fails the examination by 9 marks. And he fails the examination by 9 marks. He fails the examination by 3%. What percent is younger brother already got? 40%. How many more marks he require? 9. How much more percent he require? 3%. Therefore, I hope that I am okay for you, because I am not going at a greater pace, neither I have to see, neither I want to waste your time. I need to balance, because wasting your time means wasting your data, that is even more expensive. I hope that I'm okay with you. If you find any difficulty in my presentation, or if I am going a little fast, or if I am little slow, then you let me know, then I may be able to make it right. Because I could not able to see you straight away. I do not understand your facial expressions. There may be a little confusion is there. Come on student, now we could able to complete 8 questions in our T in our discussion, paper discussion. I want to ask you which question you find it difficulty. Let me know first, then I will move on to the next question. Open. Come on, I want to see your comments. Come on student, write your comment up to question number 8. If there is any doubts, let me know. Otherwise, we move on to the next question. I am waiting for your reply. Up to question number 8. Question number 3 and question number 6, you are asking me to explain. Yes, students, you are asking me to explain question number 3. So many students are asking me to explain this particular question. Actually, not a very big issue, but okay. Anyway, I just want to explain it for your convenience. As I said that there is a survey conducted regarding one particular product, and there are 3 options available. People responded in 3 different ways. One, somebody says that 20% opted for product A, right students, and 60% opted for product B, and 20, 60, when 80% is all over, the remaining 20% must have uncertain. Am I clear to you, my dear students? Right. Now just look at that. If the difference between those who opted for product B and those who were uncertain, what is the difference between these two? 60, 20, 40%. That 40% he gave you as 720. Now the question, how many people are covered in this survey? That is 1800. Yes, students. So some of you are raising that I am going a little faster. Okay, I will come down, because I must understand your wavelength, otherwise I cannot go ahead. Then I do one thing, my dear students, I just leave the class right now, because we have completed 8 questions, and all the questions are with you right now. So you give one more try. You understand that? You give one more try. Today you give one more try, and if you don't understand, tomorrow we will discuss. Okay, student? So today percentage test, today is you have a test in percentage, and in that particular exam mostly you will be given calculation part, only the different kinds of calculations, because you are already comfortable in calculation. Therefore, I hope that you are able to handle this percentage calculation effectively. No problem. Okay, student. Now we give a break, because it is already 1 hour 25 minutes close to, and we take a break for 5 minutes, and when we come back, we will be discussing the doubts in your yesterday's paper, that is coding, decoding. With that we come to an end of the topic. Right, students, take a break for 5 minutes, have some water, and we will be back short after 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay, students, so now we are about to discuss some of your doubts in yesterday's paper. Probably I hope that you are confident in handling this topic, because I think this is almost some 3rd exam. You would have taken almost 3 exams in coding, decoding. You might have seen that, students. More practice, more number of tests, more exposure means more perfection. Now by this time you might have got some idea about coding, decoding, and probably yes, I believe that I need not explain you all the questions, because many of the questions you are so comfortably might have done. Air is called green, green is called blue, everything. What is the color of the sky? Sky is actually blue, but blue is called sky, therefore your answer is sky. So that is clear. So you are comfortable in that. If dictionary is coded as 54794, then what is your students? You need not bother about answering this kind of question, because the point in this question is very interesting point. the coding is expecting you, yard, why? It is already there. A is already there. R is there, D is there. R is there, D is there, which means to say that there is no need to understand how that particular coding was happened. We can straight away copy what is already been coded. Therefore, it is not a very big issue. We can easily make it. Yard, Y means, come on, 1, and A means 3, 6 and 5, because this is something that is already done. Therefore, that is not a problem. You can easily handle that. Come on, student. Now we move on to the next question. Expansion is written as 2, 4, 8. Once again. My point is very clear in this point also. P is already there. E is already there. N is there. S, I, O, N. You see that S, I, O, N, all are there. Therefore, my point is very clear. Question number 3, you need not bother about to answer. We can easily handle this topic. In expansion, you have all the words of pension. All the letters of pension are there, which I mean to say that there is no need to do any kind of coding. We can straight away cut and paste, nothing more than that. Question number 4. Students, 3, 5, 6, 7, 4. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 8 plus 2, 7 plus 2, 4 plus 2, everything plus 2, nothing more than that. Question number 5, just place values. A is equal to 1, L is equal to 12, A1, T20, E5. You add up all the values, you will be getting the answer. Question number 6, just place values, nothing more than that. Question number 7, once again place values. A is equal to 1, C is equal to 3, A is equal to 1, T is equal to 20. That's it. Students, if you want to look at this question, just look at this question, question number 8. Actually, the advantage in answering this particular question is, what you are asked to find? You are asked to find Martina, M-A-R-T-I-N-A. So, the advantage in answering the question, because M is already coded, M-A-R 725, M-A-R 725, what we want? T-I-N-A, what we want, my dear students? T-I-N-A 6482. I am not even trying how that particular letter is coded, because I want to make use of the same letter and just I want to decode, that is it. So, in handling this kind of question, what is all important is just try to understand what the examiner wish. That is it, nothing more than that, right. Come on, students, we move on to the next question. Question number 8, we all done. Question number 9, oh, students, just look at that, In question number 9, what actually the question is, it is all about A is coded as 2, B is coded as 3. Actually, A is 1 plus 1, B is 2 plus 1, F is 1, F is 6. So, 7, A is 1, 2, C is 3, 4, E is 5, 6, therefore, 7, 2, 4, 6. Increase each value by 1 and you get your answer. Question number 10. That is it. Up to question number 10, I find no question is really challenging. I strongly believe that you might have already done these questions for sure. Any questions up to question number 10, my dear students? I strongly believe there should not be any. Now look at question number 11. Question number 11. Come on, student, look at the logic in that particular question. What actually you are given to find? Beat, B-E-A-T, beat, B-E-A-T. Beat is coded as 25, 2, 26, 7. Actually, B is 2, 27 minus 2, 25. In one way to another way 25. E is 5, 27 minus 5, 22. A 26. You remember, students? You remember how we do this? So 2, 25 to 26, 7. So B has two values, one way 2, another way 25. How man? 2, 27 minus 2, 25. 6, 27 minus 6, 21. 20, 27 minus 27. You remember that? That is how these letters are coded, and accordingly you can answer the question. Right? There is no need to get any confusion because everything is done. Come on, student. Then, question number 12. Question number 12. Tell me, students, is there any complication in this question number 12? I want to know from you. Tell me, I am waiting for some time. Yesterday also you tried this. Let me check. What is your option? Yes, students, no comment from your side. I just take it out your chart box. Nobody has put any doubt so far. Yeah, tell me, is this question, any confusion in this question? Yeah. There is a confusion, because the confusion is, what is the color of turmeric? Actually, turmeric means yellow. Turmeric is yellow. But unfortunately, your answer is not red. Because means green means yellow. Green means yellow. So actually your answer should have been green. You please make it right. We are very sorry that we need to make it right. So as I told you already, mean means we have to get back. Called means we have to go ahead. I want to explain you by giving you some example. Maybe this time you get more clarity. I want to give you some example. Just look at that. If A is called B, if A is called B, B is called C, what is second letter in English alphabet? What is second letter in English alphabet? Right? Next. This is the condition he gave you. Let me give you this particular question in different direction. If A means B, come on student, B means C, again, what is second letter in English alphabet? What is the second letter in English alphabet? Actually, students, these two questions, actually the question may be same, but your answer is not same. The second letter in English alphabet is actually B, but B is called C, hence your answer must be C. Because second letter is B only, but B is called C, therefore your answer is C. But in this case, the second letter is B only, but A means B. Called is forward direction, means is backward direction. So question number 12, you need to make some correction, my dear students. I am very sorry for that. Your answer should be green, because green means yellow. Turmeric is usually, it is yellow, but green means yellow. We need to get in the backward direction. Get it? Yeah. So please make the correction, students. Now we move on to the next question, question number 13. If y is represented by 42, come on man, B is 2, y is 15, y 25, 42. Come on, cat is coded as 3120, yeah. Because students, just look at that, this is not a very big issue because you can easily handle that particular question. The point in that question is, boy is cat, cat is represented by 3120, yeah. Why not? C is 3. A is 1, T is 20, the place value of T is 20, you know, and just like that. Now the question is, how Naveen is decoded? how Naveen is decoded. Very simple, students. N 14, N means 14, A1, V22, I9, N 14. There is your answer. Question number 15. Place values, my dear students, nothing more than that. Question number 16, just place values, I don't want to waste your time. Question number 17, 17, just look at that. In question number 17, students, there is nothing much to explain you because the things are so clear. Just look at that. What is that? D is actually 4, no? 4 plus 7, 11. A is 1, 1 plus 7, 8. So, for every individual letter, he is adding 8. N is 14, 14 plus 7, 21. So, for every individual, he is adding 7 and is getting the number. And hence, if you are asked to find the decode for machine, you can easily get it. How do you get it? M is 13, 13 plus 7, 20. A is 1, 1 plus 7, 8, like that. Okay? I don't think there is any confusion. I need not explain you this question again. Question number, students, I think there is no, in fact, in question number 18, you need not bother about how the coding was happened, because ordinary, O-R-D-I-N-A-R-Y, all these letters are already there in dictionary. The words which you are asked to decode are already there in dictionary. It is only cut and paste. O is there, R is there, every letter is there. You straight away take the letters. What do you bother about? Done. Very simple. Place values, my dear students, nothing more than that. So once again, very simple. Yes, students, now this is a very interesting question actually. There is a not very big issue because you can easily handle that question. A is actually 1, no? A's value is 1, no? Double the A's value 2. B is 2, 2 into 2, 4. So on. C is 3, 3 into 2, 6, something like that. Basing on the same, if you are asked to find how to decode lady, L is 12, but we have to take 24. A is 1, we have to take 2. D is 4, we have to take 8. Y is 25, we have to take 50. There is your answer, 84. Because the paper is so easy, students, I don't want to waste your time. If it is really complicated, I will definitely need to help you, but now it is not a question. So far, we could able to complete question number 20. Come on, students, I just want to go ahead with your permission. If you want me to explain any question, you tell me. No? If there is nothing I need to explain you, then I will go ahead. Probably there may not be, because questions are so easy, you are able to handle them with perfection. 21. Yes, students? Beginning with A. Oh, that's very interesting. That is very interesting. Just look at that. In question number 21, if I have to tell you the logic in the question, just I would like to tell you. What is the coding actually happened? A is given 1, B is given 3. So probably C will be given 5, D will be given 7, so on. How do you know? Look at that. A, that is first odd number, B, second odd number, something like, C, third odd number. First odd number is 1, second odd number is 3, third odd number is 5, something like that. Then you are asked to find how do you decode hotel. Very simple. This is 8. What is 8th odd number? Come on, man, what is 8th odd number? How do you find odd number, 8th odd number? 18 to 2, 16 plus 1, 17. What is the 15th odd number? 15 into 2 plus 1, 31. Am I right? Am I right, man? Come on, you need to correct because you are all comfortable in mathematics. Yeah, it should be 15. It should be 29. Students, why do you just listen to my word? Why don't you have your own perception? Tell me. The first odd number is 1. Just look at that. The first odd number is 1. What is second odd number, my dear students? What is second odd number? Tell me. Just look at that. Tell me, students. The first odd number is 1. Second odd number is 3. Third odd number is 5. Fourth odd number is 7. Something like that. From seventh number onwards, 2 into 2 minus 1. Third odd number, 3 into 2 minus 1. Fourth odd number, 4 into 2 minus 1. You need to justify. Actually, when you are in the process of learning, you need not listen to your teacher every time. You can have your own justifications because you are already completed your intermediate. So you need to justify every time. Then only you get the more perfection. Come on, student. Just look at that. In question number 21, you are asked to find the decode for hotel, HOTEL. What is H, man? 8. What is 8th odd letter? 18 to 2 minus 1, 15. Check. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. 8th odd number. Very simple, you know. What is 15th odd number? 15 into 2 minus 1, that is 29. 28th odd number? 20 into 2 minus 1, 39. What is 5th odd number? 5 into 2 minus 1. What is 12th odd number? 12 into 2 minus 1. You are adding all these values. You will be getting your answer. I hope you understand this. How do you know we are taking odd numbers? You see, A is first odd number, B is second odd number. Like that, every alphabet is given a unique odd number. Are you comfortable, students? Should I move on to the next question? Come on here. Now, let me tell you one more question. Next question, question number 22. Yeah, students, there is nothing I can explain you. Students, as far as question number 22 is concerned, yeah, nothing, there is no logic, everything is clear. 26, 27, just place values 28, 29 and 30. Yeah, everything, there is nothing I can explain you. Students, before I move on to the next 30 questions, yes, it is open. You put your answer. Tell me what question you want me to explain you again. Up to question number 30. Up to question number 30, you please let me know what question you want me to explain. Up to question number 30, yeah. If it is okay, then I will move on to the next 30 questions. Up to question number 30, if there is any doubt, you please message. We will be discussing that again. Yes, students, no comments? I could find no complaint from your side, therefore, which means to say that I can go ahead. Right, students? So, no complaints from your side, therefore, yeah, this is the time for me to get back. Just get moving. Just look at that. Question number 13, yeah, place values 31, 32. Students, mathematics and Mahatma, all the letters M-A, H-A, T-H, M-A, every letter is already coded over here. We can make use of the same. There is no need to question how we get it. We can get right. 33, yeah, 34, place values, 35, just place values, not of course place values, but still you can do this. Even there is no place values, but we can make use of that. Except A is already there, C is already coded, E is already there, P there and T there. Because P is already coded, T is coded, every letter is coded properly. It is only to make use of those letters. There is no confusion at all. You can easily do this. Come on. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Students, I find no question qualifies me to explain you, because all the questions already we are dealing for a long time. Comfortable? Should I explain you this question? No need, man, you can easily do this. Okay, if at all if you want me to explain you, maybe very simple logic, maybe this time you get more clarity. Actually, you know, typewriter, T-Y-P-E-R, so P-E-W-R-I-T-E-R. Typewriter is coded G-B-K-V-D-I-R-G-V-I. Simple logic. T is 20, 27 minus 7, therefore 7th letter. Y is 25, it is also 2, therefore 2nd letter. Because we discuss many questions, if I explain you again and again, you really feel bored, therefore I don't want to waste your time. Yes, students, 41, place values, nothing more than that. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Almost no question we need to explain. Question number 50, come on student, question number 50, it is nothing, there is nothing in that particular question. But actually the logic in the question, you know, very simple, clock, C-L-O-C-K. Just reverse all the letters, K-C-O-L-C. Reverse K-C-O-L-C in this way, in the reverse direction. Probably because we are doing for a long, obviously by this time you already got some idea. More questions, more practice, more perfection. But be careful students, coding, decoding is not all about these questions. Keeping you in mind, we are designing the papers because you are very new to this topic. There are many questions which takes your patience as well. Aptitude has no end point, it is only the beginning. More you do, more you can do, because lot of exercise is there. There is no end point for that, keep in mind. Anyway, because anyway the basics are okay for you, I think many of you are able to do this. Yeah. Students, you can do this now. 52. Yeah, almost all questions are so simple. I hope that you are able to handle this paper. Yeah. There is nothing I can explain you. Because almost every question you could able to handle for perfection. So I hope that you got the perfection and you are able to handle this paper with perfection. So more practice means more time saving method techniques you develop of your own. So with this we come to an end of coding decoding. So we don't discussing this topic anymore in the coming days. Now we are focusing percentages. Do more practice, my dear students, and do more practice with patience and putting the time as well, because time is all important. So take care of yourself, because this pandemic you need to be very careful. Thank you students, have a nice day.